Good evening. Welcome to another episode of Cinema Chat with Amita. Today is episode number 41, which means I have been with you live for last 41 weeks, including this week. So I would like to welcome all of you who are joining from LinkedIn and then who are joining us from Facebook and as well as from YouTube. And this is a weekly show, as I told you. So at the beginning, I was going solo for maybe 1 or 2 weeks. And then I thought this is not the way to add value to my LinkedIn family. And I decided to bring an expert to the show. So many experts have come here and shared their experience, knowledge, stories with all of you. Today, it's a very important episode, not because it is the episode number 41, because it's about our kids, it's about the future. But before that, let me give you a brief about myself. My name is Amita Gamagi, as you already know. I'm an executive coach. I love coaching CEOs. And then I'm a personal branding expert. I help C level executives and entrepreneurs up their brand to the next level. And I also work with B2B organizations in their sales enablement and working with their sales staff very closely to bring their sales performance to the next level. So now let me talk about today's show. How many Sri Lankan organizations have gone to the world? A lot in terms of exporting commodities to softwares. But when it comes to hardware, have we made our name? Do the world know Sri Lanka as a hardware manufacturer, computer devices or gadget manufacturer? I don't think so. Someone is doing, a team of professionals are on their way to make our name heard in the world market. And this team is very difficult to reach them these days because they have just started their game. But I was lucky enough to get hold of one of the co-founders. Actually, this is how it happened. It is my son, who is 12-year-old, who is also having LinkedIn Live. And then he was having a chat with this gentleman to get him to appear on his show. I actually had to steal him. And my son was accusing Tati, Dad, you just stole my guest. I said, listen, I will get you an opportunity to have a chat with him later, but I want to give them a little bit of more exposure because I have around 17,000 connections and he has around 2,500. So finally he said, okay, no problem, go ahead. So whom did I invite to the show? Let me invite Migara Amitodana. Good evening, Migara. Good evening. I hope you hear me. Can you hear me?
Good evening, Amita. Thanks for having me. Yes, I can clearly hear you. Thanks for having me
Oh,
in today's show.
right. Great. So I know you guys are very, very busy, all three of you. But thank you very much for agreeing to come in on the show. I know it's an important time for you. There are a lot of things that you need to do, but our audience also are eagerly waiting to hear your story. So let me ask you the first question, Migara. Uh, Before I get into the Magicbit story, I would like to listen about listen to your story, your personal story. What did you do during your school time, university time? You know, were you interested in electronics from your childhood, or it was later? You know, you got into your system. A little bit about your childhood.
Yes, Amita, I think studying also, I was I think most of the boys are very much attracted to electronics and all these gadgets. Now, I was no different, and I was so much attracted to all these gadgets, doing do it your own projects likewise when I was schooling. Then, thanks to the wonderful school system we have in our country, I was fortunate enough to enter University of Moratuwa after the advanced levels, which is another turning point in my life. And once I entered the university, I followed electronics and telecommunications engineering there. So during that time, we I got to know many friends, and we worked in certain projects, and we had this idea that someday we should create world class technology in Sri Lanka, because at younger ages we all have that passion, but we don't know how to do that. So that's it.
True.
Then I passed out from the university, worked in the industry, and then only I moved to this one.
Okay, so let us say hi to one or two of our friends. We have Sangeet. Good evening, Sangeet. Thank you very much for joining the show to listen to the story of Magicbit. And then Usman, thank you very much. You usually come here and listen to stories. So, Migara, after the university, you mean to say that you you joined the corporate world and then started a job?
Yes, Amit. Now I joined Mobitel first as my first job. Now I joined there 4 months before my graduation at Moratour, and I
Oh,
worked there around 2 years. So after that, I moved to Sri Lanka Telecom. Now, one of the things that I was doing was we had a clique of friends that worked in certain projects. So, as a group, we were working, doing freelance consulting, developing technology, experimenting with hardware. Especially, we were attracted to this area called Internet of Things, or IoT, because
yep.
it's a huge umbrella technology that was happening in the world, and we were very much attracted to it, and we thought that we can do certain projects in Sri Lanka, and we can do certain value additions in Sri Lanka. So while I was working in the corporate world doing a day job, I worked in these projects for like 4 or 5 years now, where we develop Internet of Things projects and certain electronic projects here in Sri Lanka, experimenting with technology. So and we did that with as a team with my good friends Anuruddha Tennakon, Akalanka De Silva, and later we were joined by Mr. Sudat Amarasinghe. So as a team, we were doing this all this work over the years, and then only came to this idea later on.
Okay. Amazing. So, I mean, imagine few friends. I don't think you all childhood friends,
No,
not
no.
from.
Actually, we met in the universities, but now we know for almost 12 years. So it's kind of a friendship plus a partnership and everything.
See the power of human connections. It's not childhood friends, but then some people in your professional life and university life who have met, and then here you are conquering the world. I mean, this story is probably very much closer to some of the top brand stories at the beginning. I feel right. I can see that you're on a big journey. So we'll say hi to Ajmal. Uh, Hi, Ajmal. Thank you for joining. We also have Callum, who joins us every week and encourage us. Thank you very much, Callum, for joining. So now you were looking at Internet of Things, but what was the triggering point for Magicbit? Or related to, I mean, you would have been narrowing it down to, okay, let's do something like that. What was that movement, a triggering point?
So actually, one of the triggering points for us was now this is not a individual innovation. This is a group. This is actually a group project. So what we were doing during the last few years, during the time that we were engaged with certain industries and doing certain freelance projects, what we understood was it's kind of difficult to find skilled labor for certain tasks in Sri Lanka, especially when it comes to technologies like IoT, robotics, electronics, these areas.
Yeah.
And according to our understanding, now these technologies are taking over the world right now, each and every field. So not only engineers have to know that, in everyone in every field, like artists, farmers, doctors, lawyers, even you, Amita, right? Anyone, everybody has to know about this technology. And what we understood was, what we are lacking mostly is this practical understanding about how to put things together and do stuff. On the other hand, we were requested by certain educational institutes to develop certain educational platforms for them, especially hardware platforms. So when we are doing that, Anuruddha, Akalanka, Sudat, myself, so we all got this idea that even when we were learning, we had certain difficulties. We had certain limitations in the platforms and the resources that we had access to, because living in Sri Lanka and doing studies in Sri Lanka, according to our experience, we had to get everything from outside Sri Lanka and wait
True.
until those things are shipped. When our suddenly our project scope get changed, or we get a sudden epiphany for another idea, then again waiting for another shipment coming from another country. So we were going through this cycle over and over again. So that's why we thought, hey, why don't we develop a single solution for all these problems, so a beginner will never face problems like us. So that was the triggering point that
Point.
we got as a team, and that's how we started to develop a solution for this.
Wow. So if I look back with you, that particular aha moment to today, what was the time gap?
So the time gap is almost 2.5 years to 3 years now.
Okay, so the dream has become a reality. It has taken about 2.5 years of blood, sweat, lot of hard work. Yeah. So, so if I may
Yeah.
ask you, what is magic bit? How would you define it? How would you explain it? I hope you have a device maybe to show us.
Yes, yes. So I have a device. Me, Give me a minute.
Sure. So until he brings the device, I want you to share this stream with others, especially with parents who should be watching this, because their kids, your kids are going to learn a lot about their future, what they could do about programming and various other things with this device. A device made in Sri Lanka, which has already gone to the world. So let's look at it. Migara, it's around you. Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
this is Magicbit, Amita. So this device is roughly the size of my palm, as you can see. So it's kind of a very
Yes.
small device compared to what you see in the pictures. Because sometimes when people get Magicbit to their hand, they say, "Wow, it looks very small compared to what I expected." So if I explain what is Magicbit is all about, the simple definition that I can give is, it's a tiny computer which can be programmed to create different innovations in electronics, robotics, Internet of Things. So, like that. So, what they can do is, they can program this one using almost any language, and you can refer to any content in the internet and develop different innovations. So, what we have done in this platform is enabling everyone to create these kind of innovations uh, with the fast to learn and easy to use and cost effective single platform. So that's the idea. So we wanted to get rid of all the difficulties for a beginner. So that's why we developed this one. I hope you can see it clearly.
Yeah.
So that's the idea about Magicbit, and it's a small computer, as I explained. So it can be programmed basically. In technical terms, it's a development board or a single board computer. Like we can term it likewise.
Okay. So maybe I should take the audience to your website and share the screen. Maybe they could have a look at the video. Can I do that now?
Yes,
Better.
yes, that'd be great. Yes,
I think it's better.
yeah.
Let me share my screen and play the video.
If you can increase the volume a bit, it will be great.
Okay. Now let me uh, let me reshare it again. It's okay. This is our platform, so I think it's my duty to make sure that uh, let me see, share audio. I think I haven't shared the audio. That was my
Okay, okay,
mistake.
yeah.
Okay, let me share it again.
Today, everything is connected to the internet, from your smartphone to airplanes. This network is known as Internet of Things, or IoT. It can be applied for transportation, health, agriculture, manufacturing, and many other fields, saving time, energy, and cost. But developing even a simple IoT solution requires knowledge in electronics, programming, communication, and web development. So it could be quite difficult, complex, and costly. We're going to change this with a bit of magic. Introducing Magicbit, an easy IoT platform for everyone. With Magicbit, you can develop your first IoT project in less than 10 minutes. Magicbit may look small, but it's a powerful tiny computer powered by ESP32, packed with onboard features. If you need any additional sensors, you can simply plug and play. With our cloud IoT platform, you can create IoT projects easily in minutes, even without coding knowledge. You can also program Magicbit with your favorite language. It can be easily connected with cloud IoT platforms. Since Magicbit supports many platforms, basically, you can try out any related resource on the internet with Magicbit. How about using your mobile as an input or output device for your next IoT project? With our mobile app, you can get sensor data from your mobile and send back notifications. When COVID-19 pandemic struck the world, millions of students were stuck at home, and their interest in technology was directed towards computers and mobiles. Magicbit is a perfect STEM tool for students to learn new things and improve creativity with innovation. It's made for everyone. Feed your pet while you're on vacation. Water your home garden. Collect data for your project. Create your own personal assistant. Build cool robots. Magicbit is a beta-tested product with proven results. For the unique value created, Magicbit has been recognized with many local and international awards.
We are a group of electronic engineers and we created Magicbit to ignite the spark of creativity in everyone. Now we need your support to bring Magicbit to life with this Kickstarter campaign. Please back our project and tell your friends, because all we want to do is make this world a better place with new innovations.
Wow. It explained a lot of things. Thank you very much. So I know we looked at the video, but I would like you to give us some options. What can kids do? Even though the video was self-explanatory, I would like you to give us maybe some other examples as well. Migara, Migara, can you hear me?
Yes, Samita. So if I tell briefly what we can do with this,
I think I lost Migara for a few seconds. So while I get connected with him again, uh, we have been talking to Migara. Okay, I think Migara is back. Migara, we
yeah,
lost you briefly.
yes, very really
Okay,
sorry for that.
no
So
problem.
yeah, so to answer your question, what children can do with this? So basically, we designed this so even an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old can use this device. So what students can do with this is uh, cre- uh, create applications for as solutions for problems they see in the practical world. For example, I think I hope you saw in the video that watering a plant. So basically, the concept of watering a single plant is the scaled down version of a commercial drip irrigation system or
System.
a smart watering system for a whole cultivation or a plantation. So, in order to develop a solution like that, or to understand how to develop such a complex solution, they can develop a small innovation like that. Or else, I think in the video you saw a pet feeding system. When you are away
Okay,
from home, you can remotely control that using your mobile phone. So
true.
likewise, they can create these kind of innovations in the areas of electronics. They can create cool robots like we saw in the video. On the other hand, they can create more significantly, the advantage of Magicbit is creating Internet of Things applications. So basically, we have created all this software that you saw briefly in the video where you can simply drag and drop stuff rather than doing hard coding, and you
Yes,
can simply connect these blocks and create an application using Magicbit. So it's not just a hard platform. So students can use the hardware, the software, and there's a mobile app. So they can develop things combining all these three things. So the possibilities are limitless.
amazing. And I saw that kids can work with many languages. Sometimes what happens is, okay, your kid will come and say, I want to go to a Python class. And then you become a Python expert. And then another kid is maybe good in something else. And sometimes what happens is, yeah, some of these devices are single language is there only to control them. Here I saw that it doesn't limit you based on the coding language you know. Migara, you heard me. I think there's a slight delay uh, between the communication between you and me. You hear whatever I say slightly late. Migara, you hear me? Okay, you heard him. You heard his answer. So uh, until he's back, I'm going to talk about what we have been talking today. Migare is the co-founder of Magicbit, a little device that helps kids or anyone who is 8 and above to do their own coding and use it as an Internet of Things, maybe to feed animals, to water the plants. You can do any kind of pet projects that you like. And I mean, there's a lot of things that I need to ask him about the device once when he's back. So don't worry, he's going to come back today. I think he has a small network issue, so hold on. I mean, while we were testing before we start the program, still he had a little bit of an issue because he's sitting little away from his usual Wi-Fi spot. I think he's back. No problem, Migar. We lost you and you are back. Yeah.
Actually, Amit, this is one of the problems that we are having with all the any of the Internet of Things solutions as well, because connectivity plays a key role, and even the communication between devices also we face these difficulties sometimes. It's inevitable sometimes.
Yeah, until we have 5G one day, I think they will be rolling out 5G,
Hopefully, hopefully,
hopefully.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now my next question is, there are devices in the market which you can buy coming from various countries, right? Why why Magic Bit? I know,
Yes.
number one, in my case, that's made in Sri Lanka. But other than that, you wanna give
Yeah.
me some other reasons?
Yes. So now, as I explained at the beginning, now we develop Magicbit to eliminate the difficulties that we have with other platforms. So we wanted to make it easy to learn as well as very cost effective. So what we have done is we have made it that simple, like even a 10-year-old can develop an IoT application in like maybe like 10 minutes using this platform. Now that is one of the key differentiators about Magicbit. Apart from that, I think before I lost the connection, that you were explaining that this can be programmed using different languages. So basically
Yes,
what we have done is not only that we have created this ecosystem with the software, mobile app and everything. So we are not saying that the other platforms are bad or anything. They are superb. They have good content and everything. So what we did was we integrated our platform to work with anything. So basically, we are not considering them as competitors. So if any student love their content and love those projects, so they can readily practice those things using Magicbit. So that is one of the key differentiators. Like you mentioned, this can be programmed using Python, C Sharp, Scratch, Arduino, using anything they can program it. So that is one of the beautiful factors about this. And we compare to other platforms in the world right now. Currently, we do not have a product similarly in Sri Lanka, but we are mainly competing with the other products from other countries. Some are from Italy, some are from Germany, some from UK. So compared to these products, we stand out with the ease of use and the cost factor as well, because we have put together so many features into a single platform. So let's say that your son Nethila get a Magic Bit. So when he develop a single application, like let's say he's developing a pet feeding system. Then tomorrow he decides to develop a plant watering system. And on the other day, he is going to develop a dashboard showing the temperature at your place. Likewise, to create different applications, he can use the same platform without moving into any other heavy additional components and everything. Because what we have done is put together all those components required for a beginner level innovator in a single platform, like Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. So there are sensors, buzzers, buttons, lights. There's a display here. So everything is inbuilt. So that's the idea. and that is how we stand out, and that is one of the key factors about the getting the global attention from parties in other countries as well.
Okay. Now I know why Netila was talking to you before me to interview you, and definitely he's going to be one of the customers. Yeah. And let's say hi to few people. We have Sanjita joining from Bangladesh. Hi, Sanjita. Thank you very much for joining all the way from Bangladesh. And here we have Arunan. Arunan is showcasing the website. Thank you, Arun, for showing the website. And then we have Krishant, as usual, joining from YouTube. Thank you, Krishant. He's also in the tech world, so I'm sure he's looking at this very seriously. This is good for your kids, Krishant. So I'm adding one more customer. Okay, so my next question, Migar, my next question would be, you have decided to use Kickstarter, a crowdfunding platform. Now, I would like to know why Kickstarter, why a crowdfunding platform? Uh, you don't you think that you anyway had enough people to fund this kind of a project? We got it.
Yes. So Amita, yeah. So Amita, it's like this. Now, we started working on this project, and we developed the commercial product, the software, and everything by September last year, and we produce it in bulk as well. So what we did after that was reaching out to institutes and people who are conducting courses in this area in Sri Lanka and in some other countries. So we provided magic bits to them. So up to now, we have provided
I'm so sorry about the network quality today. I think we lost Migar once more, but then he'll come back. I told you, uh, in his place where he's today, he's experiencing a bit of a bandwidth issue. That's okay. He's going to be back. So I was asking him this question: uh, why Kickstarter? Why crowdfunding platform, an international platform? Let's see whether he's joining us. I think his network is still slow. So until he joins back, maybe using another device or another network, I was talking to him about why crowdfunding, why Kickstarter. I mean, there are many platforms available. We couldn't get his answer, but in the meantime, uh, I think the Magicbit is still available to be purchased at a lower price on Kickstarter. So you could inform your friends in other countries, uh, ask them to go and back the project, uh, pre-order it at a lower price, so that Migar and the co-founders could get whatever the initial funding required to manufacture it in large quantities. No, I think Migar is still having an issue in getting connected. So in the meantime, this is Cinnamon Chat with Amita, Sri Lanka's first LinkedIn live talk show, and today is its episode 41. We have been we have covered 40 episodes so far in various subjects, various topics. Uh, let's see. I think Migari is back. I lost you again. No problem. We will do
Hi,
it.
Amita.
I know. So I was asking about why Kickstarter, why crowdfunding.
Yeah, hope I can continue with the answer.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my question was,
Yes, yes.
uh, yes.
So once we started commercial production, uh, we provide it to a certain targeted segment in Sri Lanka, and up to now we have given Magicbit to around 500 users right here in Sri Lanka, and we have about 20 to 30 foreign users as well in other countries.
Okay. I think Migar is having another issue with his network, but then we got to wait because it's an interesting story. So we're gonna wait. Uh, we may have about another 20 minutes before we finish. So there are more important questions that we need to ask from him. So I expect you to be patient because there's a lot of good things that he's going to talk to us about. So let's wait till he comes back. So in the meantime, you could comment if you are listening, from where are you listening, where are you joining with us. You can comment, or if you have a question that you need to ask, maybe you want to know how much is it available in Sri Lanka. I'm going to ask those questions anyway from him when he comes back. So my last question was about why crowdfunding. I just got to know that he already has 500 users in Sri Lanka and around 30 users in outside Sri Lanka. That I didn't know, right? So let's uh, listen to him. And then Ajmal says, in the meantime, of course, we will share this unique device. Yeah, let everybody know about this good news. It's a Sri Lankan product, designed and developed by us, and they're going to uh, make it available to the kids around the world, right, at an affordable price through this Kickstarter platform. It's a crowd funded uh, platform. You could order devices on Kickstarter at a reduced price. Of course, they'll have to eventually manufacture it and make it available to the customers who have pre-ordered it. But then that's one of the best ways to uh, basically fund a big project like that. Kickstarter is famous for various things like Pebbles watch, the ice box. There are a lot of successful products available in this world backed by Kickstarter platform. So it's a great news that one of Sri Lankan projects is on Kickstarter platform, and then that also gives a lot of voice to the product. So it's easy for you to reach out to global markets. I mean, what happens when you go to maybe Shark Tank asking fund for your product? There's millions of people who watch Shark Tank. And so I guess when it comes to the Kickstarter, it's the same. If your product is available on Kickstarter, naturally you also get a lot of PR around that, so that you can reach more customers as early as possible. I'm talking about global customers. If it is just Sri Lanka, that would have been so easy. I'm still waiting for Migar to join us back again. Uh, he's having a little issue with regard to his connectivity, because he's not in his usual place at his home. He said it's a little far away from the Wi-Fi router. Let's see. We'll wait for a few more minutes and then see how best he's going to join us. So in the meantime, if you have any questions with regard to Magicbit, you could ask. You can ask it here. You can also share the Magicbit website. Go to YouTube, watch those videos, and then share the great story. Go to their website. I think Arvind was showing us the website. This is their website. Just go to their website and share the web address with your friends, colleagues, people who are living in other countries, so they can pre-order this. And as I told you, how I got to know Migar was, it was my son, who is 12 years old, who has found him on LinkedIn, and he has written to him, and he was actually uh, was planning to get him on his live talk show. And then uh, I took the opportunity and I convinced my son, hey, Netila, let me interview him first, and then you could do it later, because Netila is planning to have a different collaborative partnership with Migara, because Netila is coming up with this e-commerce site. Netila is a young entrepreneur, so I had to convince him, please give Migara to me, and then I decided to interview him. Uh, I think Migara is still finding it difficult to. Let me see whether there's any messages from him. No, not yet. So until he joins, and I know there are others who are still watching us. Thank you very much for holding on, because this is how we support a local engineer, someone who is trying to take a local product to international market. And this is a time, I think, as a country, we need more US dollars to come this way. And these are the kind of projects we need to look at. I think Sri Lanka is known as a software hub, where we produce great world class softwares, but then when it comes to hardwares, we are yet to be known in the world market. And this is, I think, one of the greatest opportunity for us to move into world markets, where we will go and make our mark as a hardware manufacturer, designer. All those things are connected. I think Migara is back. Migara බාධායි නේ අද හරියට.
කොහොම තමයි
That's
ඉතින් වැඩක්
okay.
කරන්න ගියාම නේද?
Yeah, this is how, I mean, I can imagine for 2.5 years of time, the amount of
Yeah.
hardships that you have gone through.
No, actually, the place I'm here today is currently having some connectivities, but don't mind. I hope now there won't be an issue. Yeah.
No problem. Okay, so my question was, why Kickstarter as a crowdfunding platform?
Yes. So now, as I was saying before, we after we bulk manufactured Magicbit, we were giving it to certain institutes, and we have around 500 users here in Sri Lanka. And afterwards, we were applying for all these competitions and everything, and we won around 8 to 9 national level awards, and we bagged couple of international awards as well. One being winning the Commonwealth Digital Health Innovation Awards last year among 25
Wow,
countries,
wow.
becoming champions in the edtech sector.
Okay.
And we recently, last week actually, we won the Entrepreneurship World Cup Sri Lankan national competition as well in growth stage. So
Oh,
likewise, when we are going through all these awards, Amita, one of the feedbacks that we received was, why don't you go to the international level? So why don't you reach out to other countries? So when we received this feedback, we were constantly searching for opportunities and avenues to go to the international level. Now, a product like this, we had this idea. Now there's no point of doing a marketing campaign or trying to pitch it as a commercial product, because what we want to do is develop a community, develop content creators with this. And to develop this community, we thought, why don't we get the community support to fund it as a project through crowdfunding. So that's how we came to this idea of crowdfunding, and then we have couple of options now. When we crowdfund a project, there are a couple of options like equity based crowdfunding, reward based crowdfunding. So in this campaign, what we are doing is we are doing a reward based crowdfunding campaign. So when we do such a campaign, when we raise money from our backers or supporters, we have to develop the product once we get the money and ship it to our supporters, and they will be the first group of people who will get our product before anybody else in the world, for a price nobody will ever get. So that's
Okay.
the idea of doing that, and we went for Kickstarter, Amita. Basically, Kickstarter is world's largest crowdfunding platform right now.
Yes.
So that's why we went for Kickstarter, and that's how we went to crowdfunding.
Okay. Thank you very much. So I would like to like you to show the magic bit once more, because your camera is much more clearer than earlier now,
Yeah, yeah.
right? Okay. You wanna even name few things, like maybe in the middle I can see it's the display.
Yes, this is the display. These are push buttons or simple buttons, and this is a potentiometer. Like when we turn it, we can change the values, and this is a buzzer. So these are ports actually. So what we have done is we have developed sensors where they can simply plugged in here. So
Okay.
there's no need of soldering all these wires, messy wires, and everything. So what we are trying to encourage here is having all these features in a single place, so they can develop cool new things.
Wow, amazing. Lot of thinking. I can see that you have thought about it from kids' point of view. It's so kids
Yes,
friendly, you know,
yes,
child
yes.
friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That is one of the basic idea, because we thought one of the key segments of our users will be the students,
Yes.
because at an early nowadays I think in the video also we saw nowadays kids are very much attracted to technology. So
Yes.
usually this attraction goes towards the mobile phones, gaming, and parents are also worried. But what they don't understand is the truth is, now I have a 2-year-old daughter. Now now I don't have to train her to use my mobile phone. She's really good with that. So right, so the kids nowadays, especially millennials, are very good with technology. So if we can direct that enthusiasm, that interest, and their knowledge into developing technology with platforms like this, I think they can do wonders compared to us. I think that's the idea that we gave a key focus for students and especially kids.
Amazing. So thank you very much. So my next question. Okay, we have a comment. I think from Ajmal. It gives us a great pleasure to have you, Engineer Migara. Keep it up, and definitely we will support our products. I mean, we take in pride. It's a Sri Lankan product. So, Ajmal, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Uh,
Ajvan.
yeah, I mean, we are so proud that we have a product like this. So, my next question is, at Kickstarter, what's the price it's offered to the world?
Yeah. So currently, during the first 24 hours, we gave a great discount, and actually, we got huge support. I must make this opportunity to thank everyone, because Amita, now we even didn't do any paid promotions or anything, but people rushed in to support our project, and I think that's the beauty of crowdfunding as well. And we got our project. We set a target around 7,000 Australian dollars. We have to put it in Australian dollars. I think I forgot to mention that, because we listed our project from Australia, because one of our co-founders is from my batch, and my good friend Akalanka. So he moved to Australia later, and now he lives there. So
Okay.
we managed to list it from there, because we cannot list a project from Sri Lanka in Kickstarter as of now. So since that our currency is in Australian dollars, so we had an initial goal around 5,000 US dollars, and which is Australian dollars 7,000, and
Okay.
we reached that within 2 hours. In just 2 hours, we reached that goal, and it's amazing support from everyone, and mainly from Sri Lankans. So
Yeah.
we got support from Sri Lankans all over the world, from US to Europe to Australia, and especially from Sri Lanka. And I must say now, I launched the project by clicking one of the buttons in my Magicbit. So
Wow.
when I did that, that instant somebody backed our project. So that is
Okay.
that is really the beauty of it.
Amazing.
When I was going to show live everyone, okay, now let's see how this is going to work. Then I could see already my project is backed by somebody. So it's like that. So our prices, what we have currently is 40 Australian dollars for our Magicbit Core, or this Magicbit development board, which is uh, so it will be close to I think about around 28 US dollars in that range. And our other product, which is Magicbit Pro, is another unit with our Magicbit board. Plus, there are 10 sensors. So it comes at 80 Australian dollars, not
Okay.
US dollars, 80 Australian dollars.
Million dollars.
So
Yeah.
it will be roughly close to around 10,000 to 11,000. So, and apart from that, what we are doing with this campaign is we are shipping our product globally to anywhere on earth. And we are doing that partnering with DHL, which is a trusted logistic partner all around the world.
True.
So that's it. We are shipping it worldwide. So basically, anybody on earth can get a Magic Bit before
Wow.
anyone else, because currently it's not available anywhere.
So, for how many days the project will be going on like this on Kickstarter? How many days more?
Yeah, so currently we have our campaign for 30 days. So it will go until August 30th. So
August
anybody
30th.
can check out in Kickstarter. I think Kickstarter is a very cool platform to anyone to explore, because they have all these very unique products that you have never seen. And
Yes.
that is one of the that's why we were also attracted to Kickstarter, because we always had this idea that it's an amazing platform with amazing products, and one day we should do a product for that. We had that enthusiasm and the preference for Kickstarter as well.
Amazing. So, I can resonate with you with regard. I mean, I'm a Sri Lankan, so you have that feeling. Okay, we must support. And then when you said it's from USA to UK to Australia, all over the world, Sri Lankans are actually supporting. And then, of course, I think the value is not only for Sri Lankan. Anyone who has a kid, and any
Yeah,
kid who is interested in innovative thing. I mean, for an example, Nethila he's crazy over Lego, right? He creates amazing things. Imagine when he gets this kind of a thing, because the number of innovation that you could do is unlimited.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. So my next question is a tough question. Now, okay, now people are backing it, they are pre-ordering. When do you think you will start shipping them?
So usually how this crowdfunding thing works, Amita, is now when our people or anyone support our project, usually their amounts are deducted from their cards at the end of the campaign. So usually they will be charged by August 30th. And
Okay.
then the creators of the project will be funded with that money to realize that project. So what we will be doing is, once they fund for us to create this, so then we'll be creating our project and manufacturing these by August, and by September, and starting from October, by the end of September, hopefully we can continue our shipping worldwide. And I think to Sri Lankans, it will be the dates will be more closer than that in September. And for people in other countries, not only Sri Lankans, because people in other countries, foreigners, They have backed our project, and they will get the magic bits by October. We'll start shipping in October. So that's the plan we have as of now.
Okay, amazing. So uh, after Kickstarter, like once when you start shipping, I think the Kickstarter project will be closed. How what is your plan to make it available in here as well as in other countries? What is there a, like, are there partners signed up already, or are you planning to ship them anyway from here? What kind of a
Uh,
plan is there?
so right now, with this campaign, we have got partners to deliver our product through e-commerce platforms like Amazon, eBay, and campaign is mainly making it available. So what we'll be doing after this campaign is making it available in all the popular platforms like Amazon, eBay, and also in local platforms as well. So anybody will be able to get a magic bit through any e-commerce platform after the Kickstarter campaign. But for that, I think we will go through the e-commerce platforms maybe by the end of this year. So until that time, we'll be mainly focusing on this Kickstarter campaign and the delivery of our rewards to our supporters and those things. Yes.
Okay, so and then one one thing is the unit. Then the second one is about the learning and education, maybe training. What kind of plans you have for that?
So Amita, currently with our Kickstarter campaign also, we have included a training module which is as an add-on. So
Okay,
it's a 10-hour course about IoT solution development. So when they are purchasing the product, they can add it as well. So it comes around $9, which is an online program. It comes at around $9, $9. So they can purchase that course there, and it will be an online course. When they get their magic bit, they can learn it from there as well. Apart from that, we have many partners who are conducting courses in this area, and we have partnered with them, so they are conducting courses in this area. And on the other hand, now as people who are very passionate about taking this knowledge into society, we think sometimes it's not all about teaching someone for money. And we have made plenty of content available in our website. If somebody go to magicbit.cc and slash learn, there's plenty of content available in our website, in our YouTube channel, how to create these projects, what are the theories, how they can develop certain projects, and what are certain project ideas they can try. So all these things are freely available. And apart
okay,
from that, our cloud platform, our software platform, our mobile app, all these things are free for learners. They can go and download it from Play Store. They can go to our Magic Blocks website and create an account there and use it for free. So because we believe in taking this knowledge to the society, and sometimes they do not have to follow course as well. Sometimes if they are keen, they can learn it themselves as well. And that's
yeah.
why we make this knowledge available. And if somebody is uh, uh, keen on following a course, of course there are options as well.
Okay, amazing. So, especially as you very correctly said, today's kids are they are very fast learners, right? So, my last question for today from you is, what is your message to the parents? Right now, I have a question like, okay, uh, of course my kids are little tech savvy, and then I am supporting, and if I not that I'm a tech savvy person, but then I know whom to talk to. But imagine if there's someone, a parent, who is keen to buy this for their kids, but then imagine if the parent is not tech savvy, and then should they go ahead with it? What should they do? What is your key message, as well as how are you making this simplified for maybe kids who are who are coming from non-tech background? I have two questions over there.
Yeah. Okay. So I think to answer your first question, the message to parents, I think today's kids, today's students, they are brilliant with technology. So my basic main message to you is, uh, regardless of the area that they will be engaged in future, encourage them to learn about, especially about all these technical areas. But in case if they are not that much into technology or something, at least encourage them to do innovative things and creative ideas, because as per all the statistics we have right now, there will be a huge change in the job market in the future, where when the automations, robotics, all those things are automating our jobs and everything right now. But the only part that, or the difficult part to imitate by any automation or anything, is the creativity of the human mind and
Yeah,
the innovativeness of the people. So I think those will, that's why it is said that innovation and creativity will be the key skills that will be driving the future job market. Apart from that, the maybe in the very near future, all these job markets and the skill markets will be focusing on the practical applications and the knowledge they truly have to implement something, rather than sticking into the diplomas or the degrees or the masters. So that's what matters in the industries right now, and that is where we are having a skill shortage at the moment as well. So my message to parents is, encourage your kids to do practical things, do innovative things, do creative things. If they like it, encourage them to go with technology, learn about technology, and be familiar with that, regardless of the area that they are interested in. So that's my message to parents. And for kids, I think, yeah, you all can do wonders compared to us. And I always believe, and I have seen even with the Magicbit platform, some kids do certain innovations, Amita. Even we didn't imagine that it can be done with this
done.
platform. So
Okay.
that's the beauty of this sort of a platform and platform. And even I got amazed by certain projects done by students. So I think
Wow.
my message to kids and what they can do with the platform like this is limitless innovation. So I encourage everyone to try out new things and find solutions to problems in the practical world, because I heard very recently that one day the trillionaire that we are going to see in this world will be a person who will be solving something related to the climate change. So I think we got very big problems in this world right now, like pollution, or maybe poverty, or maybe the climate change. I think for
Sustainability.
every
Yeah.
problem, sustainability, for every problem that we are having right now, the answer would be innovation. I think, doing innovations with technology, our next generation or the students today will be able to solve some of these problems, and some of them will become millionaires by doing that, and some of them will be the shapers of this world by solving those problems. And I think, and I am very much hopeful that our next generations will keep on doing those innovations to change the world. And that's what we are what we are trying to do with a project like Magicbit as well, to encourage them, giving them a platform, give them the content knowledge, making it available in the society, and driving them towards the path of innovation, igniting their spark of creativity likewise. So that's the idea, and that is my message and everything, Amit.
Amazing. And then to add to that, market is ready to spend. Market is ready to spend money if the solution is ideal for them. I just bought the latest MacBook Pro and then a Jabra headset because it solves my problem, right? All what you need is there has to be enough creations over there, enough solutions out there, and the market is ready to back them. I mean, amazingly see what is happening to your solution. There's enough people to back it because it is ideally matching their requirement. Yeah, so amazing. So it's Migara, thank you so very much for coming here. And then I must thank our audience. Even though we had little bit of technical difficulties, they were still holding on because they wanted to know more. And I would like to one day bring you back. Maybe I would ask Netila to bring you back once the once the product is readily available. We could do a demo and see what we could do together. So thank you very much. You guys are doing a great thing, and then I consider that I'm lucky that while your project is there, you are so busy. But then you said okay to come and join us. Thank you very much, and stay safe. Good night.
Thank you, Amita. Thanks for the invitation, and I really enjoyed the conversation with you. And thanks for the audience for joining us and raising your and giving your good positive comments. And thanks, go. And I should thank Netila as well for contacting me and giving me this and my team. And I must acknowledge my team as well and for giving you this opportunity opportunity for Magicbit and for a local startup like this. Thank you, Amita. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.